Hello and welcome to another video. This is a dry brushing video. Just going to simply go over how I go about doing some dry brushing. It's not as, you can have a lot of fun doing dry brushing, and even though it is considered a beginner technique, you can get really into it with it, like you're about to see here. I use several different methods. Mostly what I do is not per se a dry brush, but more of an overbrush. And we're going to be using scale 75 paints for this, but you can use whatever brand that you prefer of metallics. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go over the entire thing here with this gold is called Necro Gold from scale 75, and I'll go over the entire gate and dry brush it. Base you see me putting on, I'm not meaning to put gold on the base here, it's just getting on there, and it's okay if you make a mess. But here we go. See how I'm just rubbing it? I'm really not doing a back and forth motion, I'm just rubbing it all around. And I do both of the lions, or the food dogs, I'm sorry, and the entire gate. I don't know why I'm doing the base there. The base gets painted something totally different in the end. As I'm editing it, this video, I'm watching this through the editor while I'm narrating, and it's really choppy, so I'm sorry if it's I'm having trouble narrating it, but hopefully you get the gist of what I mean. It's kind of hard to narrate over something that's playing choppy, so hope you guys understand. So you can see that one side of this is done, and I'm just going on to the other side now. Usually I won't jump sides on something. I'll do one side of something first and then go to the other side. So it's a good habit of not missing anything. And I'm not taking all the paint off either. Like I said, this really isn't a dry brush. It's more of an overbrush. I'm leaving a lot of paint on the brush. I'm using an old brush as well. And I'm just rubbing it. Instead of brushing it vigorously back and forth to get that build, I'm just rubbing it in, kind of like you would a powder. Making sure everything is covered. I still have a little bit of that darkness flowing through. A lot of people use a deep brown or a light brown, even other colors to get a different effect on their gold. I just went straight over the black primer with this because I wanted a darker feel to my gold. I wanted this to be more of an ancient feel to it. So instead of giving it that warm start with a brown undercoat, I decided to keep it dark and just keep it black. And scale 75 covers really, really well too, so it's a really nice metallics. I'm not a fan of painting in true metallic metal and doing anything in metallic paint, and these are by far my favorite paints for metallics, at least. They flow so nicely once you get them working. It's great stuff. So here you see I'm finishing up. Now this gate comes with, I don't know why I'm holding up this miniature. This gate comes with a big flaming circle kind of that goes in the middle, and I popped that out of there because I just didn't want it. I wanted this to be an inactive gate. Not inactive, but just one that has not been used in hundreds of years. You can see by the end, I put some glowing effects on the eyes. Now we're going in with another gold. And we are being a little bit more delicate, more of a dry brush on this situation, but we're only doing certain things. See, I'm concentrating on the top areas. I'm not going underneath, want this to stand out. Really not much to narrate. With this second coat, just pretty much do the same as what you did with the first coat, but I just work downward instead of any brushing up. I would never do that. Just keeping it down. All of this is going to go on top. In fact, almost every coat from now on is going to be worked in that direction from a downward brush stroke. Like I said, watching this back, it's really choppy, so it's really hard to read and narrate over. So I'm just trying to do my best, guys. The whole process only took about an hour and 20 minutes. So now we're going to go over this, and I think I only go over those. I go over the foo dogs with a different glaze. Not glaze, but wash, and I think I'm using Reichland Flesh Shade on this to give them a nice warm appeal. So I've added a base coat, we added a highlight, kind of like a second base coat, and now we're adding a wash, and we're being really liberal with this wash. I'm slapping it on there. I don't want it to pool anywhere, but I wanted to start giving me some more value. You can see what it's doing there. It's definitely doing that. Here, I'm hitting the other foo dog with it now. Yep. Now I'm gonna grab the Agrax Earthshade and we're going to do the gate, if I'm not mistaken. We did the Reichland Flesh Shade on the Food Dogs, and now we are going to do Agrax Earthshade all over the gate. So, and you will see the difference when I start doing it. Just in the tone of these. It's a pretty significant gap in the filming there. I don't know what I was doing. I was waiting for it to dry, quite possibly. There we go. Now we're putting the Agrax all over this, and we're being nice and liberal about it. You can see the value already starting to pop out of the sculpt as the wash sinks into all the crevices and crannies, really giving us that look of old right there, popping that value, but we're gonna make it even more. You see the difference. See how warm those Food Dogs are? Even though it's not dry yet, you can see it. Same gold's used for both, but now we've got a different look on both pieces. And that's what I wanted. And now we're even going to go further with our dry brushing. And really, we're going to wait for it to dry. There it is. It's dry now. See the difference? See how different? We're going to go up another color, putting that on our Food Dogs. So I'm going for a more gold look on the Food Dogs, and for the gate, we're going for a more tarnished, kind of older, magically burnt, scarred, seared, if you will, gold on the gate. So you'll see I'll start adding a lot of different colors. Right here, now this is true dry brushing, what we're doing right here. Just again working from a downward slope. We're not making upward brush strokes. We don't want to do that. It's very, this isn't your typical dry brushing, just slap it back and forth method. This is procedural, it's methodical. Those words right. As you can see though, I am going in a downward motion and I'm being very, very light-handed. Honestly, I'm not digging in there. As you can see, I'm just gliding it over the top. Still not taking a whole bunch of paint off the brush, but I'm taking more than I was before. Really trying to make it, just slowly building up that gold, trying to make it pop while respecting our shadows. Don't want to get our paint into those shadow areas. I'll take this moment to thank you guys again for continuing to be patrons on my Patreon. It means a lot to me, and the support is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much. I hope these videos have been helping you. Sorry about the long wait on this. February has been it's been quite a month, so please forgive me, and I do appreciate your patience. Here we're going with a little different colored. Go in here and have some fun with this. Very, very lightly going over. This is very bright metallic that we just put on. The name of it popped up too quick, but this is, I think, gonna be our last highlight on this, and then we're gonna start working on the gate. I think the food dogs will be done after this one. Just slowly building it up, hitting all those areas where the light would catch it. You can see it even from here, how nice and shiny, and the definition is there. I sold this piece on my Etsy, and it went really quick, actually. So people, just food for thought, you know what I mean? Pick up a couple of pieces of terrain, do it, see how you like it. If you don't, put it on eBay or Etsy. Somebody will pick it up. People love terrain, especially you do some, with a little bit of love. I mean, 2.5 hours of work is all really this took. About 1.5 2 hours, something like that. Maybe 2.5 when I put the foliage and flocking on. Now this is like a pinkish colored metallic. And I am spotting this onto the gate. Just playing around, trying to bring out some of the value. More separation from the food dogs as well. Sorry about the pausing in narration. Probably let you go with some music here for a little while. And just follow along. All I'm doing is pretty much just keep bumping up the contrast on these and building up my highlights, and then eventually you'll see me stain a little bit. So I'll be back when we start doing that.